Already? All right. Oh. Hi, my name's Ariel. I'm from a company called NetApp. Anybody heard of NetApp? NetApp? All right. I got a ooh. That's exciting. Um, Here's a brief agenda of the things we're going to do today. I want to learn a little bit about you, and I'll try to tailor my talk a little bit, and then I'm going to do two demos. There's not a lot of slides. One is about creating and managing a Kubernetes cluster, so more focused on like operator experience, and then something more focused on the developer experience. We'll talk about some app lifecycle management functionality that we have recently been working on, and that should hit GA in a couple of weeks. And then you can ask me questions. We'll skip that. A little bit about me, I guess. I'm a CNCF ambassador, Cloud Native Computing Foundation. Anybody? They have a booth over there. Kubernetes, Docker, anything having to do with distributed computing usually falls under the auspices of the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. I founded the New York Kubernetes meetup, and I organize a bunch of those around the country. And I founded a company called StackPoint.io, which is now what forms the foundation for NetApp Kubernetes Service. So about you, so developers in the house? All right, cool. Operators. OK. So skewed towards developers. Let me get out of here, and let me get into the demo. Hold on. So everything I'm going to show you today, that's not it. That's not it. You'll forgive me. All right, let's go into the app. Is available. We're going to go in. This is a web-based application, so it's available to you. If you go to cloud.netapp.com, you can create a login, and everything except the app management stuff is going to be there. That'll be there again in a couple weeks. We make it really easy for you to stand up and manage clusters at a variety of providers, and what we try to do is make that a uniform experience. So whether you're building on Amazon or GCE or Azure or NetApp. This tile down here, which will be VMware. That's also something else that we're working on. We try to make it easy and consistent experience for you. So we've really focused on the usability of it all. So whether I'm coming to Azure, AWS, notice that my UI is the same, and the things that evolve are the requirements from the cloud provider. Here, I'll pick, we believe in intelligent defaults. So we make some suggestions as to, and recommendations as to what the cluster should look like. But you can come in here and edit that. I can select a different region. I can select different node sizes. And then I can add things to my cluster. So what we're trying to really address is the zero to Kubernetes journey. How quickly can I stand up an environment and kind of get running for that? To give you a sense of the kind of efficiencies that we can introduce into an organization, the team that drove our acquisition at NetApp went from 3 days, 3.5 days in standing up an environment to 18 minutes consistently. So, and we give you options. So I can come in here and pick these different plugins that play nicely with Istio. I go ahead and hit submit, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Let me show you, but that's, again, just part of the story. I spun up this cluster when I was flying in this morning, and you'll notice that all these clusters are running different versions of Kubernetes. Kubernetes, if you didn't know, releases 4 times a year, once a quarter, and so updating a cluster is really important, and so we tried to make that really easy for you. And so from right here, I can click upgrade, and it's going to display all the versions that are available to me. After I do this 113.2 update, I can then go up to 114. Let me show you. There's another one that shows it. So that's basically my operator experience as far as for creating a cluster. We've given you other controls that are available for managing access to these resources and these environments. So I can add members to an organization, group them into teams, and then I can put them into workspaces where I can manage access to the types of credentials that they have available to them. So if I want to limit who has access to this, I can always come in here and just map that to a workspace. And that's one level of control. And again, that's principally, this is about an operator experience. How do I stand up clusters? How do I manage clusters? How do I upgrade clusters? And then the stuff that we're really excited about there is this app management stuff. And so what we're going for is a GitOps or a Heroku-like workflow, and we're looking to enable development teams and, in turn, ops teams to enable those teams, pardon the internet, there it is, to more easily deploy. So here in this workspace, I have several things that are available to me. So I can see how many clusters I have, how many nodes make up that cluster. I have projects that are available to me here. These are the clusters that are included here. Notice that one failed. I can go in and look at that later. And then we roll in the collaborators, and this is where I'm managing access to these permissions. Let me get to this Supersonics. There it is. Supersonics. Any basketball fans? No? Seattle Supersonics? All right. All right. We got one guy here. So this is a project that I created a little bit earlier, and I've deployed a couple of applications to it. So there's a couple of things that I can associate with a project. I'll show you what that looks like here. A tracker. A tracker is basically a tag that I can associate to anything that I'm deploying that makes it easier for me to operate or manage later. An application is what enables that Git flow workflow that I'll show you in a little bit. And package is basically the solutions in the gallery that we have available. So there's a bunch of trusted charts and things, because again, Kubernetes is just kind of think of it as a kernel. I need other things to kind of manage the cluster, and so these are some of those items that are available to me here. All right, let's jump into this. So I have two solutions that I've deployed here. One's, actually, I've only deployed one to this one. This is a Node.js app, and let me show you what that looks like. That's right here, and so I could say get started with Node at MS Build. I'm going to save that. I'm going to do all my Git commits, Git add, Git commit. And then git push and KS master. And that's it. That's all. That's going to start the process. I'll tell you a little bit about what's happening in the background. So when I dig in here, and I'll show you how I add an application, we're going to have a deployment down here. And from here, all I need to do when I created that, give me a sec where that page reloads. Is I copy this and I add a remote to my local repo, then I push to it, and right away when you create the project, we create ingress for you, and we associate this URL with it. And so once that page is up, and you'll notice the URL is custom to it, matches the project, I have this available. Now it takes about 4 or 5 minutes once I do the commit for it to actually build the container and get it out here. And I'll show you a little bit while that's happening. I'll show you what it looks like for you to create a project. You have two options for what the update looks like, whether it's a rolling update or recreate, right? Recreate will actually tear down the containers and spin up new ones. Rolling updates preferred method. I go ahead and hit create application, and it's going to automatically, again, going to create that endpoint and that ingress for the application, and also give me the URL that I can leverage for creating the remote for the Git flow workflow. Let me show you what else we got here. Projects. So we think of projects as an abstraction layer. I could have multiple things that make up that application. Some of them will be tools, again, things, packages that I can that I can add to that. There's different services that different teams can add to that project and develop. And this is one way that I can abstract access to the cluster away from the developers and provide them something that they're probably more familiar with and comfortable operating with. And this is how you create a project. I have all my clusters that I've built, so I get to pick a clusters that I will be deploying to. And basically, when I create a project name, it's a namespace on that cluster that's being created. There's some settings, so I can limit resources. Again, it's about management from an operator experience standpoint. We're going to leave all these to defaults. I'm going to use the same permissions. I'm going to have those roll up into those that I've already assigned to the workspace. I'll create the project, and that's it. Let me go back into Sonics. That one didn't work. There it is. Let me see if this updated. Ah. The demo gods did not appreciate my my live demo. Any ideas, Matt? Did they come up? Let's see if it came up. All right, internet's not liking me now. So again, I'll give you guys some time to ask me questions. This is going to be GA in a couple of weeks. We'll have addressed these kinds of bugs. This is a dev environment. Questions? No? All right. Let me see. Is it going to work? Speak glitter. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in and just look at the Kubernetes dashboard that's part of the project, and I'm going to go look at that namespace, and I'm going to go see the pod and see if I can find out what the problem is. try it again. Here's some other things that will flow through. So with organization, the permissions I set, and when I map it to a namespace, which is what's happening when I create a project, the kube config that the developers will load or will download will enforce whatever access I've given that group or is associated with that group. So if they are only supposed to have access to a particular namespace, that's one way for me to also kind of enable that experience. All right, I am almost at time, and the internet is not collaborating with me. Let me see if any of this will go. Took a second. There it is. All right, it did work. All right, it just took a little bit for it to work. Again, this is all stuff. It's all available to you, cloud.netapp.com. I hope that you will go ahead and give it a try. If you want to talk about this more, we have a booth over on the side. Please stop on in, and thank you for spending some time with me this afternoon.